Let's talk about this again. Friends, below average Utah dad here. I've got Miss Coco right here in front of me. She's wanting some loves. I got Ash here on the floor too. Oh, here he is. Hey, buddy. This is gonna be a little different. I mean, I've talked about dads and fathers before, but like, fathers matter. Fathers are important. Fathers don't get quite, you guys can't even see me, that's okay. They don't get quite the love and the recognition. And I'm not going to say that they deserve. Okay, come on. But maybe that they put the effort into. And that's not saying that all fathers put in the maximum amount of effort. I actually don't believe that's true. I think that a good father, a father that matters, a father that explores what it means to be a father, explores fatherhood, is someone that sacrifices, but not in the way that you might think. A father's sacrifice might be, drinking a little bit less beer, or doing something a little bit more catered to your kids. As a father, I operate under the assumption that you are probably married or at least have a partner. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a father. But just because you created children doesn't mean that you're a part of their lives. It's a responsibility. There's more to it than just the deed. A lot of it is learning how to balance your desires and wants and focusing that to providing for your kids. I don't even know if that makes sense to a lot of you. I know a lot of you probably aren't watching this anymore. I don't know. You guys have seen lots of my videos. I do goofy stuff with my kids sometimes. I do a lot with guns. I make fun of myself. I make fun of other, gun culture people. And, maybe that's what I mean, is taking the things that you love and that you desire and being willing to be vulnerable enough to say, yeah, we are kind of dumb sometimes. But also, as I have repeated many times, it's being willing to not be your child's friend. I think it's great when we get to be friends with our kids. I love my kids. I love hanging out with them and making videos and watching anime with them and going shooting with them, playing video games, making jokes, cooking with them. I do all those things. I know that not all kids get to do that, but I love doing those things. That's not always what I want to do, but I do like seeing my kids happy, and so those are the things that I do. So I guess maybe that's the message, is as a dad, as a father, as someone who feels fairly experienced in fatherhood. My son turns 18 this year, so I guess I've done pretty well. He hasn't gone to jail, and he's kind of got his life together. He kind of knows what he wants to do, so I'll take that as a win. Maybe that's what this message is about, is knowing that you don't have all the answers, that it's okay to not have all the answers, but also knowing that you can be there for your kids and with your kids in ways that you enjoy, that also support them. And if you can make your goals that you have focused on their well-being and protection, then I think that they can come to also have the respect and the desire, just like you show them your interest in their interests, they'll help bridge that gap. You can find common ground with your kids. I guess that's what it is. Finding common ground with your kids. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling. That's cool. I do that a lot. It's also partially because I have super bad ADHD and this dog is halfway on my lap. And I know that if I stop, she's going to freak out. So I don't want to do that. Anyways, explore what it means to embrace fatherhood. Guys, not that all of you aren't doing that. I think most men generally are good men. I think they want to be good men. I think they want to better themselves. But there are things that we can always improve upon. And if you don't think that you need to improve upon anything, you're probably living with your head in the sand. You probably have issues. If you think your kids are perfect, if you think that nothing is going on, if you never have to correct your kids, if you never have to tell your kids, no, that's not the right thing to do, or no, that's not the right way to think. Doesn't mean they have to think like you, but there's a clear line between good and evil and right and wrong. And you can set what that is. Like if your children and you can't definitively say like this is wrong, like I don't know, burning down a business, if you can't say that's wrong, maybe reevaluate where your standards are. If you can't say calling for the complete and utter annihilation of a people is wrong, probably reevaluate where you stand on things. And if you're embracing fatherhood, and if, yeah, I know that's maybe a little more political than what people want to hear. I know you were just loving all these. Yeah. Be vulnerable. Embrace what it means to love your kids, to teach them right from wrong. Don't be afraid to tell them no, to tell them that they're wrong. You can tell your kids that they're wrong. You can even tell your kids that their friends are wrong. Your kids really are not going to like hearing that, hey, your friends are kind of dumb. Because most kids have dumb friends. And your kids might fall into the category of being some of the dumb friends. And that's fine. Let them learn. Sometimes kids need to learn the hard way. As a parent, you need to be strong enough and vulnerable enough to let them learn that hard way. Embrace fatherhood. Explore fatherhood. Don't just take my word for it. I'm just a regular everyday guy. Half you think that I'm bad because I have tons of guns and I let my kids touch them sometimes, like when I'm around and in videos. So I guess for what it's worth. Anyways, don't be woke. Be a good dad. If being a good dad or a good parent means contradicting your kids and not just telling them, oh yes, that sounds great, I support you in that, when it's stupid, then be a bad dad. Be below average. That's what I do. But I digress. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon on this wonderful Wednesday.